guys, welcome back to my channel. I have been meaning to post this. I've been meaning to film it. I've been meaning to post it. It's been a little bit hard to get to sit down and do this. So I'm hoping I can make it through this to share with you guys, but this is the long-awaited homeschool haul, curriculum haul. So what I'm going to be sharing is we, a couple weeks ago, finished our kindergarten year. We finished our kindergarten curriculum, our language arts and our math with the good and the beautiful. And basically now through August or sometime around then when I think we're ready to start first grade, we're supplementing with other things. So I'm gonna share those items with you guys too, because they're new and they're a part of the haul and they're different. The stuff that we are doing right now is different from what we will be doing during the school year. I like to switch it up a little bit. It keeps it fresh and exciting. So I will start with those things. So like I said, we were doing the good and the beautiful kindergarten, language arts and math. And I have to share, I grew up using a lot of highlights for kids, and I don't really remember them having this sort of stuff, but I remember them having like the really fun, which they still have, like the fun little Puzzle Mania books. But if you didn't know, they also have really great workbooks, and they're by grade and age. So we're working on the first grade. Phonics and spelling is one of the ones that we're doing. So this phonics and spelling has blends, digraphs, complex vowels, spelling patterns, vowel sounds, and more. This is actually a pretty thin workbook. And typically I buy a grade up when I'm purchasing stuff that we're gonna be doing through the summer, like from the end of the school year through the summer. So that is why I've got, hang on honey, I've got the first grade level instead of kindergarten. Last summer, after we finished preschool, I did their kindergarten stuff through the summer. I just feel like it gives us like a good little prep going into kindergarten, and it like let us dip our toes in. Although I would say preschool to kindergarten, kindergarten to first grade, there's not like a huge difference in the curriculum, I don't think. So we are also doing, I got their Addition Learning Fun workbook, also first grade. This is also a very like thin workbook. Addition strategies, add within 20, fact families, multiples of 10, skip counting, and more. So that's that one. And I always they have these big fun workbooks, which are like all inclusive. There's vocab, phonics, addition, subtraction, time, science, and more. So you really could like skip out on these like little ones unless you're just wanting a little extra practice, or maybe like on the go, on vacation, take it with you. This is like the big old daddy that's got like everything in it. My son loves doing these. He does these for fun. So I thought this would be really great to do throughout the summer, just before. I thought it would be fun, something to keep our skills going, because we school year round before we start our first grade year and we open up our like true first grade curriculum that we're doing. For math, I had seen this. It super intrigued me, and we're just doing it for fun. My son is very much into like cartoony comic book type stuff, monsters. So we are doing Beast Academy. We're loving it so far. We are doing the Math 1A. This is a little bit different from other curriculums I've tried. So there's book 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D for the first grade year. So I don't know how many of these we will make it through from now through the beginning of first grade, but I don't know how much we will get through out of all 4 books, but it's just for fun. It's just to switch it up. I'm very happy with the curriculum that we have been using throughout the years. So I'm not like looking to change anything, but I thought that this would be just something very different. Beast Academy is a lot of problem solving, and I would say some critical thinking, and it approaches math in a very different way. And it does have a lot of these fun comic pages in there where the monsters are finding these problems in their everyday and talking about how to approach the math problems, which is just so fun, and it's very different from The Good and the Beautiful. So the style of it, I felt like, could just strengthen our math skills that much more. We have been doing handwriting without tears. We were doing it throughout our kindergarten year, and I kind of just like pumped the brakes on it because there's so much goodness in The Good and the Beautiful that I didn't feel like we needed to do a ton of this. So we're finishing this. We're about halfway through it. And then we also have the handwriting without tears, letters and numbers for me. So we will do that as well once we're finished with this one. And that's all the stuff that we're going to be doing, like I said, from now up until probably August. Pretty undecided on when we're going to start first grade. We're kind of playing that part by ear. We're just focusing on brushing up on our skills and really solidifying everything that we learned in our kindergarten year before we go into first grade. So the learning just never stops over. Thank you for bearing with me because this is real life. My kids are playing right here and they want to be around me at all times. So that's what's happening if you hear my daughters in the background. So for our first grade year, if you hadn't guessed it, we are sticking with The Good and the Beautiful. I am a huge, huge fan, and I see no reason to change. I think the only reason I would change with the curriculum is if my child got bored or if they weren't being challenged enough or something. I don't know, but it's really working for us, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's very well done, and so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how I feel about it. So we've got the language arts level 1. We're very excited about it. And with that, we also got the reading booster B cards with the books. We're also using the reading booster A cards currently. Like like I said, we're brushing up on everything. So I'm still using those resources from our kindergarten year throughout the summer now. And we got beginning print handwriting level 1. This is The Good and the Beautiful still. And we have got math 1 from The Good and the Beautiful. And the math box is bigger this year. That's exciting. My son really, really loves math, which just makes me so happy. So that is pretty much what I have so far. But I honestly don't really foresee me adding anything else in because I feel like this is really great for our basics, right? Of course, we're going to be doing science. I've got the little hearts and hands of all the science for littles from The Good and the Beautiful as well. But this is like my haul. This is like the meat, the meat of our school year, what we focus on. I do add in like history, and of course we have readers and, like I said, science and so many different things. But I think the biggest things for me are language arts and math, core subjects. Obviously, we want to, I personally really want my son to have a better experience with math than I did. Such a bad history with math, and my son loves it. And language arts, I want him to be a really strong reader and writer. So those are the things that we're focusing on mostly. My daughters that you guys hear in the background are 2.5, and they are very much homeschooling, but their journey is much different than my son's. We're not doing any sort of curriculum for them. I didn't start curriculum with my son until he was 4. And so I'm assuming it'll be the same with my girls, but it really just depends. You know, they're learning through play and through watching us. And, you know, of course, they're invited to be at the table with us, which they spend a lot of time at the table with us while we're doing our school and stuff. And I have special things that they do that kind of line up with what we're doing also. And they love the tripod, clearly. But yeah, just a quick little update. We started our dinosaurs and paleontology, and I need to get on here and show you guys like what exactly we've been up to. It's been like so fun. We're on day 3, or we finished day 3 today. So hopefully I can post some little shorts of what we've been doing for that, because I said I would, and life has been lifing, and you know, it's just not always feasible to make these long form videos all the time. So yes, but you can check that out on my Instagram. It's Gold Country Motherhood, where I have shown all the dinosaur and paleontology things over there. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for bearing with me in my loving but chaotic cozy home. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. I hope to do more videos like this. I love talking curriculum and why, you know, choosing the curriculum that we choose. But yeah, if you haven't tried The Good and the Beautiful and you're thinking about it, I highly, highly encourage you to check it out. I just feel like it has been such a game changer for us, and really has given just so much beauty, and it's just such a fun educational experience for us. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for sticking around.